I'm here to bring you my video, which I do on Tuesday mornings on Facebook Live, and I'm now coming to YouTube to do it live also. So I hope you stay around and watch. I'm using the Everyday Arches dies with it, and I think it's a card you'll really like. I do want to tell you that I have a Facebook group, Stamp Crazy VIP, where I put PDFs, so you can join that group and go into the file section and get the PDFs of any of the cards that you see on here, or most of them. There are a couple that sometimes I do not put on there because I just either they're too easy or whatever, and or I just plain out didn't get time to do them. I do want to remind you that Stampin' Up starting tomorrow, the 23rd of July, they are going to have free shipping for the 23rd, 24th, and 25th, so Wednesday through Friday. On all qualifying orders in the U.S. is $75. I'm not sure what Canada and that is, but the U.S. it's a $75 order, and then you can get free shipping. So I wanted to let you know that because, sometimes we need that stash. It's time to stock up on our glue, stock up on maybe dimensionals, cardstock, get something that you have really wanted and just been waiting around for. And now you can order it and get it with free shipping. So I wanted to let you know that if you don't have a demonstrator and need one, I would love to be that demonstrator. And the link to my online store is actually in the description here. So if you would love to place an order with me, I would love to have you do that. And even more, if you ever want to join Stampin' Up, I'd love for you to come and join my team. So anyway, that's what I have to say. I want to get to this card and show it to you. I really love it. I love the papers I used. I used the Charming Day, um, it's the Charming Day bundle, but the paper is called Floral Charm. And it is really, really pretty. There's not a bad piece of paper in there. And I really love when they do that and we don't have any bad pieces of paper. Because, sometimes you get those one or two papers, it's like, oh, what am I going to do with these? Well, this set of papers is not like that. So I'm going to show that to you. And I actually have made two different cards with two different papers already. And we're going to do two more different papers. So you'll get to see at least four of the papers done. So let's turn the camera around and you're going to see my big finger in the way again. So there you go. We're turned around. Let's go down. Right now I'm going to show you that paper. Let me go to my live videos. Refresh. Like everything, you always have to refresh. I'm going to pull this up so I'll be with you and I can see what my screen looks like. Okay, there we are with the paper. Let me show you this real quick. This is a paper I've used on another, and this is all I have left of it. But there's this one, and it has a blue background with a floral, and it's like tone on tone. It's Misty Moonlight. This has a lot of berry burst in it. We have this one, and the background is the pretty peacock. This one, I made a card out of it earlier. You'll see in the background is a berry burst background. I also made a card out of this one, and the back of that is Timid Tiger. We're making this one today, and the background is Old Olive or Mossy Meadow. I think it's Mossy Meadow. And then we have this one, and Blackberry Bliss or Berry Burst, Pretty Peacock, your Mossy Meadows. All that goes with this one, and then it has a Blackberry Bliss background. So that is the papers that we have. I haven't put this in a plastic sleeves, the harder plastic sleeves that I use. Haven't done that yet. I need to get busy. And here's what my PDF looks like. I pulled another PDF with it. I don't need those. Here we go. Here's my PDF. It tells all the supplies. It tells you the directions, and here's pictures to look at so that you have a visual. Okay, let's get to the cards. And here are the three that I made. Two of them are alike. And how this card works is your arches is actually your actual card, and I just put it on a backing So, and it fits into a regular envelope. So we have that one with Berry Burst, and these two are with Timid Tiger. They're the same DSP color. So there's those three. Now we're going to get started and use the other ones. I'm going to show you, I'm going to leave this camera up for a minute because I'm going to show you how I cut my card bases. So we'll cut both card bases real quick. They're real quick to do, so we don't have to worry about that. I do want to get my Post-it note tape. Some people prefer using washi tape to tape a die down with so it doesn't move. I like the Post-it note tape. It's not quite as sticky, and I like to use that really well. So I do. That's just what I do. That's me in a nutshell, I guess. So what I'm going to do is change some things around here, I guess. Have wrong card stuff with wrong card stuff. That's crazy. Oh, well, I gotta change all that. So I'm using my card base, which is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4, just like I'm making a regular card. I'm going to lay it down, and I'm going to score that end really good. And I use a pot scrubber. I know most people use a bone folder, but that's okay. Whatever you like, and you get this. Sorry, that was off camera because I was doing the scoring. Okay, I'm going to take the biggest of the everyday arches, which are right here. And what I used on this card was, let's move that. I don't need it any more dirty than it is. I used the largest one, and that's going to be to cut these card bases. The second largest one is for this DSP back here. And I'm going to go ahead and lay that down now that I've used it. And then I used the fourth largest one. I skipped one to do this piece of DSP. And then the piece that's in here is just kind of cut off of the edge of the 4-inch piece, and I cut it down to like 3 3/4 or a little less. You can. Okay, so there's what we have. So let's go ahead and put this one in here. We're not going to need it. I've already got those all cut. What we do need is this one right here. So I have to cut these one at a time. But what I do is put this on, and you can come as close to the bottom as you want. It's going to cut the same whether you do or not. But I'm going to take this side of my die, the left side, and I'm just going to butt that up against the card, but I'm not going to have it on the card. Let me turn that over and show you, and then I have to turn it back over and fix it again to glue it. But I just butt that up to where it's not in the way of the cutting, but I make sure that it's squared down here so that we get a straight measurement. So what I do is I lay that down, and I get a piece of tape. Let's get it on the card base. That would be good. Put that down, and I put a piece of tape over here just to hold it in place. That's all I want. And now, if I turn it at an angle, you won't hear that big clicking sound as bad down here as you do if you keep it straight, because that's when it goes through here and hits those rollers. When it's straight, it makes that loud noise. So, see how that really made just a softer noise? That is all we have to do. I'm going to run it back through. There we go. Take this off. And take this off of the die. And sometimes I have to, because it's a new piece, I have to take a little bit of the the glue eraser right there. When I fill it and it feels like glue, I go ahead and take this. It's right there. Like little glue globs jumped all over the place on that. Must be on this plate. I'm going to have to clean it. And these are fairly new plates. Okay, let's do the other one. We'll worry about the plates later. But when you do this, where that stitching is, it kind of just holds it together. So you need to, you'll pop that until you hear it click. And that pulls those apart so you can open it up. So that's how you make an arched card. So let's do one more, and I am using the thick cardstock. I prefer thick. Some people don't, but when I'm using it, I only use them for card bases, the thick, or unless I'm die cutting something I want to really stand up, and then I'll use it again. So let's get the die. We're going to do the exact same thing we did here a minute ago. I'm going to make my card not move around on me here. I'm going to put that down. Make sure I'm in the perimeters all around. So that, and then I hit it. It's always good when you do that stuff. And then I'm going to just adhere that. Let's put our, seeing which side, some of that glue's on that side. Let's put this side down. Time to clean them. Didn't even hear that one click at all. The click going up here though, probably. Didn't click really bad right there. That was good. Sometimes you hear that clicking noise and you think your machine's going to fall apart or something. And I take my plates and I roll them back in there. And because I leave this open, so I just have them like that. And it kind of holds them down, holds them a little flat. So let's move that out of the way. We don't need it anymore. It's big and bulky. And the less of that stuff I have in my way, the better off I feel. So let's go ahead and peel this off. And I am going to stick this on my die like that. And I'm going to bring it over here and just lay it up here on my, with the other dies. And I have my little sticky piece there, and that's okay. It won't hurt anything. Even putting it in its, I keep mine on magnetic boards, and you can see they're kind of warped right now because I've used them a lot. And I just stick them in this little sheet, so if any of them fall off of there, they're down in the sheet. So let's open this one and use that eraser right there. What do I do with it? I lost my eraser. It's around here. I have so many places I put everything that it's crazy. Now I put it right there behind the thing. There it is. So let's take and I'm going to take this little black brush. See if I can get some of that. It's like lint or something that was on that machine. I'm going to have to clean those really good. We do a lot of die cutting in this house, let me tell you. Lots of it. So, I'm going to bring the camera down here in just a second. I'm going to lower it. There we go. I just kind of just move that till I hear that little, like, it's not really a crack. It's just like you can feel it letting loose there, so it's easier to open. So now let's I'm going to put this in here just for a minute because I want to see how far I want to bring my camera down. Let's go. That looks good. Okay, so here we go. Here's what we have. Now I told you we had this at 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4, was a regular size card. We cut it with the dies. So what we have now, and I have these laid on the wrong things. That's kind of crazy. This one goes over here. Let's get these right. That goes there with that. This one goes here with this. Whoops. And with this goes here. This goes here. And these, I don't know if I'm going to use all of them because this is just different. And there's some things I want to use for that. And then I have my scrap for my sentiments. So what these are my bases in the back. And I'm going to show you the card after we make it without the base, because you can use it that way too. You don't have to put a base on it. This is my old corner rounder. And I have several of them. I keep this one out here. It is retired. But I really have one. It's a Paper Studio one from Hobby Lobby, and I really like it. I need to, it's back there in a container with some other punches. I need to get it out because we do not carry one that's Stampin' Up! At this time. So, you know, most people have a punch, a corner punch, you know, if you've done a lot of stamping or a lot of scrapbooking. So that's going to end up going on there, and that one's going to end up going on there. But right now, what we're going to do is we're going to take our bigger pieces, which is right here. These were cut with the second largest die. Look at my hot mess. I'm going to lay this one up here all the way. There we go. So what I'm going to do is do nothing short of just gluing it down. I did not put dimensionals on this. So we're just going to glue this one down if I can get a hold of it. So let's just, and they fit so well together. You don't have to work real hard at this. So there we go with that one. And I love those flowers. Aren't those pretty? These are two. And we're going to do this one. And we're going to do exactly the same thing. We're making 2 cards. 2 fun cards. And that one's over, just pull, come on. I'll probably pull so hard I'll pull it off of the thing, but okay. Still a little crooked, but that's okay. So now we're going to take our pieces that will go on the front. So this is going to look like that, and this is going to look like this. But what I'm going to do with these now is I'm going to put dimensionals on them. And you're going to think I'm doing overkill, and that's okay. But I do overkill on something like this because I want this piece to really stand up, because it's basically the focal point of the card. So I need it to stand up, right? So I tend to go heavy on this, but it's okay. And I'm going to go ahead and put these on this one too. And as you notice, I color my dimensionals. I've seen someone else do this. I saw a reel on it, I think. And I can really see when I have pulled them off or not, which is a great idea for someone like me, because I just can't see them sometimes. On the white, I'm going to run out on this little page. Maybe, no, I'm going to have just enough, maybe, with one extra. We'll save him for another card. Well, actually, we're going to put him on these cards too. So anyway, let's take these off. And I can see where I'm at, pulling these little, I did these, I have all different colors of Sharpie markers. So I use this color once, and I'll use another color. I did have like a fuchsia pink I used, and those were some bright dimensionals, let me tell you. So we're going to take this, and we're going to just add this to the front of the card, trying to get it as centered as possible. It's a handmade card. Doesn't have to be perfect. That's what I like to tell everybody. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's handmade. Put all these dimensionals on there, then I have to pull all this off. Sometimes I use my pokey tool to do that. Okay, now what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to glue those onto my card bases there. Alrighty, so here we go. And you want to glue it down pretty good because this is the part that's going to be opening and closing. So we'll just stick that right there and let that dry a minute as we glue this one. It's one thing when you're making two of the same cards, you know, in the video, then you can give a little drying time to your glue because I tend to want to play with it and move things and do all that. So I keep my mind busy doing this. So I make two cards. So it gives me plenty of cards to do things with. Okay, there we go. We have that. Let's go ahead, and I'll probably have to trim these. Let's see. I'm going to open my card. I'm going to trim this one just a hair, just a hair. There we go. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in my inside. And you can use either side, or you can use something else. It doesn't really matter. And what I'm going to do with this one, because I'm going to use this greenery, I'm going to go ahead and butt that right up there against that greenery. And I'm going to put a piece of greenery in this one. I didn't in any of the others, but hey, nobody will know. These cards aren't all going the same person. I don't know who they're going to, actually. But I just let that lay down, and I push on where I glued it. And there's our inside. Let's see if I have to cut this one. Yep. Need to cut these a little shorter when I cut them out, I guess. So it's probably just a little under. That's crooked as heck. Let's try this again. That's better. I don't think I see straight. Is that an awful thing to say? I don't think I see straight. Let's put this on. We'll put it on right there. Okay, there we go. We have that done. All we have to do now is put this stuff on. See which one I like the best on the underneath. I think the Pretty Peacock, because it shows up better on the underneath than what this does. Let's see. Yeah, I like the Pretty Peacock underneath. So far, on the cards I've made when I do this, I always like the green on top. I think it's just me. So I just put that on some of the leaves because some of them be sticking off. And I just lay that down. Just make sure you don't get out of the way of the card base, because you know that as long as you stay in that, that's going to fit in your envelope. And if you wanted to, you could go ahead and decorate your envelopes. I don't do that. I need to get into the habit of doing envelopes. So, does everybody decorate their envelopes? Or are you like me? And I don't want to say lazy, but I just don't think about it. And I don't want to wait. I have tons of DSP, believe me. But I don't want to waste my DSP on that. Is that crazy? Okay, we're going to have green on green for our leaves. So I'm going to make sure that they stick off so they can be seen. I'm just going to lay these in placement because I haven't done this with these flowers yet. And then I have 3 flowers. So there's the orange we could put in the center. I think 3 of them is going to be too busy. There's the berry burst. And then we have the pale pink. The petal pink, I mean. And there we have that. I actually like probably, that one's not my favorite. I like that one. But I also really like that one. I'm going to use that one. And it's going to be because orange is one of my favorite colors. So let's glue this down. Okay. So I just want to hold that down a minute just so the glue takes hold. Then I'll bring my fingers up. And then we're going to put this one down. And that's going to go right here. Then I'm going to take my flower and I'm going to get my little dimensionals. Oh, you're going to see. Here's that pink I was telling you about with my marker. Isn't that pretty bright? I'm going to see if I can get some of these that might, I think I'll have to cut them. But that's all right. I want to cut them in a couple places. This one's little. Let's see if it'll fit on here. Yeah, good job. Here's one that'll fit right here. It's going to be hard to get this one to actually put these a lot of places, but that one will go right there. And I think I can put one more, maybe right here, and it won't show. Nope, it doesn't show. So there we go. We got enough dimensionals on our flower. And then all we're going to do is put our sentiment on it. And then we are going to put some embellishments on it. So let's take our flower. Let's get all these off my fingers. And we're going to put our flower right here. Okay, there we have that. Now let's bring in our happy birthday stamp. And I have Mossy Meadow ink out because these are all in Mossy Meadow, and there's a lot of Mossy Meadow, especially in that one. So let's use Mossy Meadow. And we're going to do happy birthday. Well, that's nice. That's nice. Got me a nice little halo up there. That one end did not want to ink. So let's see how it did now. I want to try this. Let's see if we can get this to work. There we go. So I'm going to do this like this. I'm going to trim this one up here. And that can go like right there. And this one might be hard. I'm going to see if it's too big for it. I really want to use it. Actually, I'm going to put it on there like that at an angle. There we go. So let's get some dimensionals. I'm going to use the bigger ones. So I said I had one. I have two left on here. So 1, 2. I'll just put that in the center. We're going to put this one right here. And I'm just going to cut these apart and put them on my card. Might as well use them. Don't scrap nothing, especially in the dimensional world. Especially in the dimensional world. So anyway, these are going to be my cards. We're going to actually put some. So there's the two we made just now. I'll get the other ones out in a minute, but let's add some embellishments. And I have these that are the berry burst color. I think I'm going to use those on that. And then I have, these are called Charming Shimmer Faceted Dots, which goes with this paper. And these are called Low Profile Sparkle Dots, and it has the green that goes in here. But then again, maybe, I just saw in here when I was going through, maybe I might put the Timid Tiger on there, because if I can pull one of these out, I'll be doing good. There we go. Because that'll show up really well. Let's do the Timid Tiger on there today. And we'll do let's do Timid Tiger first. And these big ones do not ever want to stick on my pen till, see, little rascals. I'm going to take a small one and put it right down here. So there's that one. Now let's go with these. And I want to do these bigger ones, and they're at the bottom. And the first ones always seem hard to get off. And look, that one came off really easy. These are really subtle on there, but that's pretty. That is really, really pretty. So there we go. We have our two cards done. Aren't those pretty? And let me get that out of your way so you don't have to look at all that whilst we're looking at these. So there's your card, and you can leave it with the card base or without, and without this piece, and mail it. I mean, it'll fit in the envelope. It'll be a little smaller than the envelope, but this is the exact size of all the cards we make. So you can do that. We could actually, but I think we have enough in there with the leaf. We could have added the flower instead of the leaf, but I really like that leaf in there. I really do. So we have that. I've lost my other leaf. It's around here somewhere. So there we go. We have those two cards. I'm going to lay these down here, and then we have the three that I did. So they're like this. So that shows 4 different sheets of that DSP. And I think that's pretty good. You know, I just think that it's just nice to see all of those together. So what do you think? Do you like the arch card? I hope so. And I hope you try it because it is pretty neat. And just, well, I was trying to get the back side. And there you have to write your message or put another sentiment in it or whatever. But these would be good for anything, you know. You could fix it really pretty for like a wedding card or something, because this almost looks like the windows, the arched doorways and windows and stuff in a church. So that's really, really pretty. But don't go for anything. You can do a masculine. You can do a lot with these. So I hope to see that you guys do that. So remember, we got our free shipping on $75 order or more starting tomorrow, Wednesday the 23rd, and it'll go through the 25th. So I wanted to let you know about that. If you do want something and you're doing that, I suggest you order early, because on like free shipping days and stuff like that, people take advantage of these sales and things go fast. So if you need any help, you know, my email is in the description below, and you can email me. You can do a comment on here, because I do come back and look and see if there's comments in that. So anyway, give me a thumbs up and join my subscribe to my channel. That helps me, and then it helps you to see if you like my videos. It helps you to be notified when more come. So just wanted to let you know all of that. I hope you guys have a blessed day. Have a good week. Be safe in anything you do, and most of all, be creative when you can. And I will talk to you again soon. Thank you. Bye.